The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
It's Jay. Welcome to another edition of Seminole Nation Radio program. I'm your host, Bo Whitekiller. So don't call me for the next 30 minutes, please. You'll pop up on my notifications. No, I'm just teasing. Call away. Hey, hope everybody had a good day this weekend. I know we had a observance of the reason for the weekend in Memorial Day. As a retired service member, I just want to say thanks and appreciation for all those my brothers and sisters that and their families who made that that day. In light of the way things are going, made that day really truly appreciative for their service and just thinking about them, and just it's always been I'm not one for any type of remembrances or anything of that nature, less like as far as like holidays or anything like that, but it's always that day. Like yesterday, I truly give a solemn prayer, a solemn debt of gratitude and thanks for knowing some really good people that have crossed my path and made a positive influence, and I'm a better person for knowing them as a soldier. So we lift them up, and what more better way and fitting tribute than to offer them, as we always start our program off, with a moment of silence for those families and for those servicemen and women who paid that ultimate price. But we've got a lot of information flow. It is General Council Week this week, and so I really wanted to share some things with you that come across our desk. We've got some announcements. It's going to be a full week. If you have not received or have heard of any information regarding your band meetings, I know social media, the bands have started posting some of the meeting dates on there. I haven't received anything specifically from my office. I do know that I'm sure if you're a band member, you've been contacted by your band chief and or band representative, and as far as the listing dates for any of the listing dates for your meetings this week, or maybe they've already held them. So if you haven't received any information, please contact our office, and I can get you in touch with your band representatives and or band chief to help you find out when your meetings are. So if there's any that's happening this week, just hit me up if you're a band secretary. But one of the items that came across the board, I kind of wanted to highlight this afternoon in the remaining part of our show, kind of finalize it. It's about our ICWA and how we can assist and how we can be a little bit more proactive in the development of our ICWA program. As you may well know, some of you out there have already talked through our office and asked if these were true. How the rumor mill goes, but yes, there was a replacing of the ICWA director. There was a replacing of the ASAP director, and there was a replacing of the social services director. And we have a lot of information that are coming through the departments as far as moving forward, especially in light of the sovereignty of the nation. And so with that, toward the end of the show, I definitely want to highlight one of these bills that's coming up regarding our ICWA. One of the things that came about today is that it's Fitness Month as we prepare. It's June 1st as we prepare. We got a lot of things that's coming through our Chifigny Wellness Center diabetes program, and I wanted to share it with you. Starting June 7th through July 29th, there'll be Family Fitness. It's Monday through Thursday, ages 5 and up, Family Fitness, Monday through Thursday. And from 5:45 to 6:45 p.m., you can register at the Chifigny Wellness Center via email, and there's a waiver and responsibility, liability, and personal injury information that you can sign as well. And basically, it's fitness and nutrition for the whole family. So from 5:45 to 6:45, you can bring the family out and be a part of this. It's activities. You'll break a sweat, I'm sure. Dakota and Kyla and Keisha are out there. Will definitely assist, and I'm sure they have fun things coming up and coming through this program. Masks are required, but these will be Monday through Thursday, starting June 7th through July 29th at Chifigny Wellness Center. For more information, we'll post the flyer, and it's actually already up, so you can check it out and with the information and contact. Also today, ages 55 and above, a virtual senior marathon, which is 26.22 miles. 26.2 miles, a marathon virtually. Now, this is, again, run through the Seminole Nation Diabetes Program, and it starts today through July 31st. Again, registration will be via email or pickup at the Chifigny Wellness Center. This is a virtual marathon where you don't have to complete the whole marathon. You can just log your miles, and you can check out your daily goals. And there's also a training regimen that it has, and I printed one out here. I wanted to check it out since, of course, I'm over 55. But you can receive an incentive upon completion with a completed log. First, male and female to complete the marathon will receive a bigger prize. So sign up today. You can sign up today. And tribal members, this is for tribal members only. Again, a virtual senior marathon. So at the end of this, you'll have done 26.2 miles, a real marathon. So incentives, and first, male and female to complete the marathon will receive a bigger prize. Now I'm looking at the log and the actual kind of train up. There's activities like today's activity. It's a calendar that I'm holding in my hand, and each day on this calendar has an activity. Today, being Tuesday, June 1st, take a 15-minute walk. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, drink 64 ounces of water. 64 ounces of water. And please don't drink that right before bed. Please don't drink that right. Spread it out throughout the day. 64 ounces of water. Thursday, you reduce your sugar intake. You make a point to reduce your sugar intake. And then Friday, enjoy nature, walk outside. And then Saturday and Sunday, prepare a healthy lunch, with Sunday be stretching day. So activities are daily that they put out that you can follow along, and you will log it in to an exercise sheet. And then the key is to actually get 20 to 30 minutes of intentional walking, which equals 1 mile. It's roughly 2,000 steps equal a mile. So I tell you what, that group out there, they got it making it real easy. We just have to get up off that couch and that recliner. But it's the senior marathon virtually. So we got 2 months to do it, to complete 26.22 miles. And I know we can do it. So I'm going to get out and try it today. Free summer meals for kids. I hit homages. Come and eat. Ages 1 through 18 years of old, of age. June 1st through August 6th, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's located at the Seminole Nation Food and Nutrition. So if you're between the ages of 1 and 18 years old, You can come and eat from 11 to 2. Again, for more information, call Seminole Nation Food and Nutrition Services, 405-234-5240. That's 405-234-5240. And this institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer. Meals provided by Chickasaw Nation Summer Food Program. So located at the Seminole Nation Food and Nutrition Services, where Rex and them in the gang are at. Go check it out. Again, Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. June 1st through August 6th, ages 1 to 18. Free summer meals. And we are complete with some of the information that we have here. I did want to, again, talk about some of the information that we had with this being General Council Week. Quarterly meeting will start Saturday. Again, it is a virtual General Council meeting via Ring Central, and it'll be broadcast at 10 a.m. on Saturday through social media, and be uploaded to our website immediately following. And the reason why we do that, we get calls and questions because we're not the center is not set up like the General Council was, where we can actually do a live stream recording of it. I mean, we do the best we can with a rough edit, rough recording, and it's transferred over once we get the filmed effort into the website and YouTube immediately following the meeting. So it's not set up like it was at the old General Council house. So there is some technical work-throughs that we have to go through. So there is no conspiracy. We keep getting this all the time. Why do you guys, have you guys edited it? Have you guys stopped it? We know you did something. No, the communications department has not edited anything. It's live and the way it's supposed to go. So it's straight through. And if you want to see some of our original recordings, please, you're more than welcome to come and check it out. There's no editing done on any of the General Council meetings. Conspiracy. If there were, I think it would be in Area 51 if you want to try to find them. It'd be in Area 51. That's where the documents are located. New Mexico. Anyway, the General Council meeting be this Saturday. Now, the tribal ordinance, which is TO, I'm going to go through some of the tribal ordinances on unfinished business that we have of what's going to be covered. Again, I'm going to be reading from the agenda. The agenda is posted at the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma website. If you look under the government tab at the very top, at the government tab, you'll see the last, you will have the agenda posted there, as well as information regarding Constitution and Code of Laws that are currently that have currently been updated. So if you look on the government tab, that's where your information's at. Unfinished business is TO 2020-14, sponsored by Catherine McCoy, Tribal Ordinance of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, amending the General Council Code at Title 15, Chapter 1, Chapter 5, and Seminole Nation Code of Laws. Then you have TR 2021-09, sponsored by Greg Votaw, Tribal Resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, appointing Josh Carpenter to the Election Appeals Board. Again, these are unfinished business. And the third unfinished business is TR 2021-10, sponsored by Fannie Harjo, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, appointing Tiffany West to the Election Appeals Board. Now, if I remember correctly, the Josh Carpenter and Tiffany West just needed to have an updated resume, and that's what this is all about. And of course, within General Council quarterly meeting, you'll have reports of committees. Current committees that they have updated current committees they have that will be in listening mode for these will be Administrative Appeals Board, Business Corporate Regulatory Commission, Election Board, Financial Revenue Board, Housing Authority Board, Older American Program Advisory Board, Treasurer's Report, Seminole Nation Gaming Agency, Seminole Nation Division of Commerce, Veterans Affairs, Arts and Culture Committee, Alcohol Regulatory Authority, Early Childhood Committee, Finance Committee, Land Acquisition Board, the Princes Committee, the Tribal Employment Rights Commission, Seminole Nation Gaming Enterprise, Seminole Nation Roads Committee, Seminole Nation Health Advisory Board, and Seminole Nation Constitution Revision Committee. So if you were one of those, be on standby and listen in and get the link from Adam. And get the link from Adam for the chance to be asked a few questions by the committee's leads, or the general counsel leads. So there's your notification. And new business, it's pretty comprehensive. It's actually 3 pages of agenda that I'm looking at, so I really don't want to go and read them all, but there are a few things here that are budgets. Most of it's budgets, approval of comprehensive budgets, public transit, OAP, Head Start, early Head Start, and historic preservation. And again, these are all budgets, and those are some of the things that you can look at when you get your agenda. There is one on here. It's a new business, TO 2021-06, Tribal Ordinance of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, amending Title 18 of the Seminole Nation Code of Laws to include qualifications for the members of the Board of Commissioners as Housing Authority of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. And then another one, TO 2021-07, sponsored by Susie Harjo, a tribal ordinance of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma amending Title 7 of the Seminole Nation Code of Laws by adopting the bail regulatory laws of the state of Oklahoma to the extent not inconsistent with the Seminole Nation's laws and subject to the sovereign power of the General Counsel to provide consistency of judicial process and law enforcement within the Seminole Nation's reservation. This was one that stood out last night. There was a special call emergency meeting that was called, a band chiefs meeting that was called last night at 6:30 start. They didn't have quorum, but a question that did come up during part of the discussion was, would this resolution, if passed, would it not create a situation where we would have a little bit more problems by it passing, because we're not really set up to take over that responsibility? And I think this is one of the questions that I've heard from my position as communications director and kind of talking with folks and listening, is that it kind of goes with the hunting and fishing code. If we have them in place, we can build around them. It's almost like if you build it, they will come approach. But I think, again, these are just some of my observations. One of the things that we see is that we have a tendency to put things down the line, kick the can down the road, and not really address those areas and matters that we could actually make a difference in if we just get on board with it. We always want to seem to kind of cherry pick some of the information and not have a detailed plan for it. I totally understand it, totally get it, but I think these are some of the areas that we need, it's going to reveal some of our strengths and weaknesses as a group. And so having that in place, again, these are just some observations. I think if we have it in place, then we can work to get those situations worked out in committee. And with that, it kind of goes with what I'm about to share with you now, because another one that stands out too is the TR 2021-19, and it's sponsored by Patricia Kishkatan. A tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation, a tribal resolution of the General Counsel of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the terms of the limited concurrent jurisdiction agreement between the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma and the state of Oklahoma, and authorizing the director of the nation's Indian Child Welfare Program to sign the agreement. Now, to kind of explain a little bit about that, this was in discussion about ICWA, how that under Indian Child Welfare Act, Seminole Nation of Oklahoma has exclusive jurisdiction over all child custody proceedings involving Indian children who reside or are domiciled within the Seminole Nation. This exclusive jurisdiction includes Indian children who are members or are eligible to be members of other tribes. Now, keep in mind there are two types of cases. You have exclusive and then you have concurrent. And the exclusive deals independently with the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. Concurrent, if we had, say, 75 Seminole Indian children within the state of Oklahoma, that's how concurrent would come into play. But this is an outside the reservational boundary, so this is what we're looking at. And within this bill, rather than going into an agreement with the state, just to kind of give you guys some examples of how this is working. This Saturday, June 5th, the General Council will vote on a bill that allows for the nation's Indian Child Welfare Director to enter into an agreement with the state through the Oklahoma State Department of Human Services Director for limited jurisdiction sharing. All right, now imagine, if you will, a time clock went off last week. A clock is ticking. So this is an important decision that the General Council must really digest and vote on, and you as citizens as well and members as well, to understand the importance of this. Under the Indian Child Welfare Act, the nation has exclusive jurisdiction over all child custody proceedings involving Indian children who live within the Seminole Nation. Importantly, this jurisdiction expands to all Indian children, including children who are members or are eligible to be members of other tribes. Now, the McGirt and subsequent Oklahoma Grayson decision affirmed that our reservation boundaries have not been diminished. Accordingly, the nation's exclusive jurisdiction significantly increased. Because this exclusive jurisdiction encompasses all Indian children, the Seminole Nation Indian Child Welfare Program faces a dramatic increase in cases. This surge threatens to overrun our system's resources. Now, additionally, the Indian Child Welfare Program has no time to prepare for the increased caseload. Again, like I said, the clock is ticking on all this. Last week, a state judge dismissed state child custody proceedings involving Indian children living within the nation's boundaries. The judge gave 30 days before the decision goes into effect, so we have that clock ticking. At present, all state cases will begin being dismissed on the 30-day mark and transferred immediately to the nation. So at present, if this time goes off, the alarm goes off, all cases will be transferred immediately to the nation. Importantly, all current state decisions made in these cases will be wiped away too, including decisions that protect the children. Decisions, these are like guardianship responsibilities and protective orders. Now, this proposed agreement based on this bill, TR 2021-19, prevents this series of harmful events and protects all of our children. Specifically, the agreement allows for limited concurrent state jurisdiction and the accomplishment of four things. First, it allows the state to continue hearing child custody proceedings involving Indian children who are not Seminole and allows for the child's tribe to take the case. Again, exclusive cases are specific to the Seminole Nation Reservation. Second, for Seminole children, it preserves pending state proceedings and maintains guardianship responsibilities and protective orders throughout the transfer to tribal court. Okay, keyword transfer. Third, under the agreement, the Seminole Nation expressly retains exclusive jurisdiction over future custody proceedings involving Seminole children. And finally, it allows our tribe's Indian Child Welfare Program opportunity to prepare for transfers by assembling resources and identifying placement solutions. So again, this decision that the General Council will vote on TR 2021-19 will set the foundation to get the resources that we need and understanding where we can start identifying placement solutions for these children. And keep in mind, all of this is just it's really cut and dry. I can't see any really reason to table it, because we need to put politics aside in this. We really do need to put politics aside in this and protect our Stajati children. So if it doesn't pass this weekend, and it's drawn out by, say, a table or something like that, at the end of 30 days, as the clock's been ticking, all these cases will be transferred to us. We'll be overwhelmed, and all state decisions will be wiped away, and setting back any gains that we've accomplished so far. So we can be an advocate for this. Our nation can be an advocate in this and positively intervene. We can work together as a council to make this thing happen and give that support, because it's a director-to-director agreement. It's a director-to-director agreement. And so we must put our politics aside again and show what Seminole Nation can do, what we can do together. And for more information, check it out. Talk to Patty. She's sponsoring it. Patty Kishkatan sponsored the bill, so let's just support it. Some good things are happening. Let's just capitalize on it. Let's make the most of our opportunities. Today I was reading, I got something here and holding from my hand where the Supreme Court United States reverses in United States versus Cooley. And for those of you not familiar with it, I encourage you to look up United States versus Cooley. And basically what it was is where is the determination of a tribal law enforcement police officer, whether he has the authority to detain and search a non-Indian on a public right-of-way that runs through an Indian reservation. And they published the decision today. Today was a decision. So in a writing from Matthew L.M. Fletcher, here's a unanimous opinion from Supreme Court Justice Breyer. Here's an excerpt. The question presented is whether an Indian tribe's police officer has authority to detain temporarily and to search a non-Indian on a public right-of-way that runs through the Indian reservation. The search and detention, we assume, took place based on potential violation of state or federal law prior to the suspect's transport to the proper non-tribal authorities for prosecution. We have previously noted that a tribe retains inherent sovereign authority to address, quote, conduct that threatens or has some direct effect on the health or welfare of the tribe, unquote, in Montana versus United States. We believe this statement of law governs here, and we hold the tribal officer possesses the authority at issue. So, another win for tribal sovereignty today in a Supreme Court decision that was handed down. So, good things are happening. Got to make the most of those opportunities. Got to be responsible. Got to be caretakers and do the right thing. No infighting. This infighting, we're seeing a lot of. I heard something about noise. Social media amplifies noise that would deter gains, but at the same time, this noise. We don't have to listen to it. Put the headphones on and just keep putting the head down and keep moving forward. I know there's noise going on up in Tulsa today. I say noise. There's noise rattling. The United States president is paying a visit, paying his respects to a part of Tulsa's history that we can relate to. So. Make the most of the opportunities. Make the most of the opportunities, and good things will happen. So, again, support this TR 2021-19. Take a look at it. Check it out. Protect our children. Tribal sovereignty is precious at its core, because you, the people, Este Seminole, Itawa, at its core, are so precious. We're only as good as our weakest, and we're only as strong as our strongest. So let's work together. Let's get this thing fixed. Let's not argue. Let's keep moving forward. So with that, another edition of the Seminole Nation radio program. I'm your host. I want to say, give a shout out to the higher education program out there doing good things. If you need a computer, you need to come by and stop, make an appointment with them, check them out. They're there to assist, as with all our other programs. And if you're listening out there and you're a program director, I appreciate you. If you're a program worker, I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. And with that, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you again. General Council meeting. Check out your band chiefs, band reps. Find out when your meeting is. If you've already had it, get the information from them. And tune in this Saturday for the General Council meeting, Seminole Nation. And Thursday, go Pokes, go Cowgirls. Yes, we play at 1. We'll talk to you later. Hug them, cheese, chocolates. Mado.